Hello, welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Me. I'm your host Chris. As usual, it's now beginning of November here in the UK. Winter has well and truly arrived. It's been windy and raining, I think, pretty much non-stop for the last 2 weeks. It's just started raining here now, so hopefully the mic isn't picking up the rain, causing too much of a problem. So to combat the miserable weather, I thought we'd take a look at the news, see what's coming up, to bring us some good geeky sunshine vibes into our lives. It's been a while since I've done a news video. I'll have some more collectible videos coming up shortly. Got some Big Trouble in Little China stuff to look at, and a video I've just got to edit with some cheap collectibles. In this day and age where everyone's looking after their pennies, I found some sort of cheap collectibles. So I'll get that video up soon. If you've not already subscribed, why don't you subscribe? It helps the channel out a great deal. Hit the like button if you like what you see, as I say, always helps us out. So on with the news. First of all, so a little while back, we had the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It was not the same trailer that they showed back at D23. That trailer apparently had MODOK in it. This one did not. But we get to see Scott and Hope, and we've got their daughter Cassie, and Hank and Janet Van Dyne as well, all getting sucked into the quantum realm, where of course Kang the Conqueror is there. We've already seen a version of Kang, He Who Remains, at the end of Loki. We know this is all leading up into Avengers, the Kang dynasty, and the Secret Wars in a couple of years' time. So I thought the trailer looked good. Obviously it's Ant-Man. It's got those funny vibes, but it also looks like it's probably going to be the most serious one. It's kicking off. Is it phase 5, isn't it? Phase 4 is everyone sort of in agreement. It's been a bit hit and miss. There's been some great films. Spider-Man, Shang-Chi. It was fantastic. And there's been some sort of misses with. We have the Eternals. Was not fantastic. Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't. Thor. Was it Love and Thunder? A very slight film, still funny. I like Taika Waititi's stuff, as I've said before, but I know it was a miss for a lot of people as well. So we've got next week, isn't it, is Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever, which the trailers look fantastic for. Hopefully you're going to see that next weekend. I'll bring you my review of that after that. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania looks like it's kicking off the next phase in a good way. I will, of course, leave links to any of the trailers in the description below, as always. And that is it's 17th of February. About 4 months to wait for that. Looking good. Before that, we get we got the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Yeah, Christmas special that's coming straight to Disney Plus, 25th of November. That drops, written and directed by James Gunn. I think in between when he was working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I think, which is coming next year, isn't it, as well? Trailer looks funny. Looks like it's going to be very Drax and Mantis heavy, is the vibe I get from the trailer. And it looks like they're coming to Earth to get a present for Star-Lord to help him celebrate Christmas. And that present appears to be the legendary Kevin Bacon, as shown in the trailer. Usually I'm a bit wary when shows or films do the whole coming to Earth thing. Picard Season 2, the most recent example of that, where it's just an excuse to do a sort of cheap version of things. But I've got faith in James Gunn. He's not really let us down yet. And the idea of Drax and Mantis being on Earth and the shenanigans going up to, as I say, with Kevin Bacon as well, it does look good fun. As I say, that's 25th of November. That's hitting Disney Plus. And following on the news of James Gunn, obviously that he's been made the co-CEO of DC Movies, along with Peter Safran. They said that a while back DC were looking for their Kevin Feige, their head honcho, who guides all of the MCU. DC's had a problem for years with not having sort of coherent storylines and things like that. So they brought in James Gunn. It'd be really interesting to see what he's going to do. He's going to have to clean up a lot of mess. We've obviously had the Snyder films that weren't massively successful, or greeted with a lot of praise by critics and some fans. I know there's the diehard Snyder fans on the internet who say that you can do no wrong. I didn't go much on them. I quite like Man of Steel. That was about it. So he's got that. which presumably you'd think he would be getting rid of. But news that Henry Cavill is going to be carrying on in the role of Superman. So you've got all that sort of baggage already. So he's going to have to sort of make a clean break. The Batgirl film that was supposedly 95% film before they scrapped it. Michael Keaton was meant to crop up in that as 1989 Batman. He was also, I think, meant to be in. You've got Aquaman 2 coming. Obviously, that is carrying on the same character with Jason Momoa, from the Snyder movies as well. The Flash movie that's had so many problems. Is it with Ezra Miller? And now apparently he's back, and they're going to film and finish it off. Michael Keaton was again is meant to be in that apparently. Who knows at this point? Wonder Woman 3 with Gal Gadot. Patty Jenkins directing again. Wonder Woman 2 was pretty hot garbage in my opinion. Her Star Wars film isn't going ahead. I wonder if it's because of the failure of that. Who knows? So James Gunn's got his work out with DC. He's done a really good job on Peacemaker. I thought was a fantastic TV show. He's just going to have to bring all the elements together and sort of come up with some sort of coherent storyline. I mean, not even, you've got obviously Matt Reeves Batman movies that are separate. The other serious Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix is obviously getting a sequel as well. So there's a whole sort of melting pot at DC. It'll be interesting to see what I really hope James Gunn brings it all together, give it a bit of that Marvel touch. I think wouldn't hurt DC superhero movies at all. We also got the trailer for, a long last, for 1899, which is coming to Netflix 17th of November, not long now. This is the same people who made the show Dark, the German sort of time travel mystery, which you've probably heard me wax lyrical about it before. One of my favourite bits of television in probably the last decade or so. 1899, we've got a ship leaving Europe, travelling to the Americas. All sorts of supernatural shenanigans happen along the way where they run into what looks like an abandoned ship. It just looks great. Original trailer, I think, kind of ages ago. There didn't seem any date for it, but finally it's going to be 17th of November. It's almost here. Massively looking forward to that. We also got the trailer, the next trailer for Avatar: The Way of Water. We had the teaser about 4 or 5 months ago, wasn't it? Which really didn't give us any story. Just gave us some visuals. They were just going, it was really just look, here's Pandora again. And I must admit, this new trailer is more of the same. It's giving us no story. It's mostly just showing us the Na'vi doing Na'vi things on Pandora, but mostly this time set in the oceans. It all looks glorious, as you would expect it. It would. It doesn't look like the CGI's moved on a great deal since the original film all those years ago. I thought this trailer would maybe say give us some idea of what the storyline's going to be. There's little bits of obviously the humans have come back to Pandora. So I've no doubts we're going to get another fight between Na'vi and the humans. But it looks like a rehash. But don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the first Avatar. It's James Cameron. It's a space adventure with fantastic special effects. What's not to like? I really enjoyed it. I know there's people out there that don't go much on it. And obviously, it's been so many years. Is this sequel and sequels that we're getting? Really asked for. We'll see on the 16th of December. It finally hits. Apparently with a butt-numbing 3 hours 10 minutes. Plan your breaks or your liquid intake beforehand for that one. So it'd be really interesting if there really is an audience for the Avatar sequel. I mean, the only thing is, never bet against James Cameron. He does these big things that everyone says are going to flop, like with Titanic and Avatar. And obviously, there's some of the biggest grossing movies of all time. So we'll see what happens with that. We also got the trailer for another film that looks fantastic, again, that's coming to Netflix 1st of December, this one. Simply called Troll. It looks like Norway's first sort of kaiju movie. We've got a ginormous troll stomping around, flattening houses and people in general. And yeah, the trailer doesn't scrimp on the troll action. There's certainly no hiding the monster like they do in some movies. It's all straight out there in the trailer. Not enough troll movies, in my opinion. It looks like a perfect companion piece for a troll hunter. If you've not seen, it's a sort of found footage movie featuring people hunting trolls. Yeah, and this looks like a great fun sort of giant troll movie. Say 1st of December on Netflix. Looking forward to that one. We also got this poster for The Last of Us, the HBO TV series based on the absolutely fantastic video games. And the most important thing about this is it actually tells us the date, which is January the 15th. So yeah, not too long to wait on that. As I say, HBO in the States, not sure what it will be here in the UK, possibly one of the Sky channels or whoever picks up the license for it over here. But yeah, January the 15th. So yeah, hopefully it could be the first ever really good video game adaptation. It could do. It looks, it's got all the right ingredients there. The cast is great. Pedro Pascal, Nick Offerman's in it as well. The guy that worked on the games is working on the script as well. So yeah, absolutely looking forward to The Last of Us. Also, some casting news on The Electric State, which the Russo Brothers are working on for Netflix. The Russos, as we all know, responsible for Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, and the Infinity Saga movies. So yeah, they're working on The Electric State. Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt was the main cast there. But say we've announced an absolutely corking cast. Giancarlo Esposito from Mandalorian and Breaking Bad. Ki Hu Kwan having a renaissance, obviously Short Round from Temple of Doom, Data from Goonies, and previously seen in the absolutely awesome Everything Everywhere All at Once. He's going to be in it. Anthony Mackie, the Falcon, or Captain America as he is now, and Billy Bob Thornton as well. If you're not familiar, Electric State, it is based on the book by Simon Stallenhag, who also did Tales from the Loop, which was made into a TV show that's on Amazon. That's also very good. Yeah, these sort of fully illustrated books. The text is almost just a sort of companion to the actual beautiful artwork that he does. Tales from the Loop was sort of an alternate 80s where there's like much more advanced robotics and technology, and there's all weird things going on with this sort of almost like a sort of CERN collider that's under the ground, and all the strange things that happen in this town. The Electric State is a girl and her robot more or less roaming across America in the future. There's been society is breaking down. It's not massively post-apocalyptic, but yeah, just absolutely beautiful artwork. I will put a link below so you can pick up the books from Amazon. Absolutely gorgeous artwork. It's all quick and easy read. There's the sequel as well to Tales from the Loop, Things from the Flood, and then there's a sort of standalone post-apocalyptic aliens have, I think, sort of come down and ravaged the world, which was his latest book, Labyrinth, as well. So I'll put some links if you want to pick them up there. So, and The Electric State currently in production. I don't know when we'll see it. Maybe this time next year on Netflix. It's sort of one of those things. Hopefully, if they do these where they limited, where they put it in the cinema for a week or so before it appears on Netflix, because I think, say, from the visuals in the book, would be glorious to see on the big screen. Some snippets to finish off with. Sandman season 2. It's apparently been officially announced this week. It is getting a season 2 on Netflix. I liked Sandman. It wasn't the absolute classic that I was hoping it was going to be. I think it started off really well. It's the story, it then sort of changed and told a different story towards the end, which I wasn't as enamored with. But yeah, glad it's getting a season 2. Hopefully, you can get back to doing a bit more of the stuff they were doing at the beginning of the series. And then some fantastic good news on the official Godzilla Twitter account. Toho posted this logo and announced they are working on a full-blown Japanese Godzilla movie, which is going to hit us in a year's time, November 23, which is absolutely fantastic. Any Godzilla is good Godzilla. We've got Legendary is still working on another MonsterVerse movie with Godzilla and Kong. Hopefully it's better than the last one, which had some sort of nice fights. But story-wise, didn't really seem to work. People running around doing stuff that sort of had no relevance to the story. Millie Bobby Brown and the people she was with just seemed to be shoehorned in because they were in the previous film. But yeah, Toho. So again, Shin Godzilla was their last one, which it left me a bit cold in places. It's a different take on Godzilla. I prefer the sort of giant monster smashing other giant monsters in the face approach. So hopefully maybe it'll be a bit more like that. But yeah, that's about it from me. As I say, I've got some new videos in the offing on a bit more collectible stuff. But until next time, take care, eat geek, and merry.